to all of you. First of all, let me thank both Alpha and I2 for giving CLRI this forum to share the your webinar with the Foundation Day of CLRI. It really shows the kind of jointness that we all share in the welfare of this industry. CLRI has always been an unique organization wherein the academy, research and industry partnership has been judged as one of the global best in the case of leather. And it's very fortunate that we are actually celebrating the 75 years of this togetherness this year. Last year we celebrated the 75 years of AC College, and this year we are actually celebrating the 75 years of the Department of Leather Technology itself. When we were planning this activities of 75 years of celebration, at that time I had not yet taken over as director. We always had this in mind: how would we get almost all our alumni together? And possibly COVID gave us this opportunity that this kind of webinars or this kind of meetings can actually reach more people than the physical presence in CLRI. Usually the physical presence in CLRI would attract about 50-60 people at the max. But here, even on a low day, you have about 70 to 80 people coming in. And I'm very sure when we go forward, we can even attract almost all of our alumni and keep this 1 year of activities that Sri Jagannathan planned for the 75 years of leather technology program. CLRI has always been at the front when it comes to many of these situations. As we were talking about a little earlier, we said that we have always come out of the challenges together. Now the challenge of COVID is also there, and we are sure that we will all come together and come out of this as well. CLRI has taken a few proactive measures for the industry when we come out of this lockdown. There have been a few things that CSIR realized much earlier, and one of them was the issue of migrant laborers. It is expected that we will have both reverse migrations. Many of the workers who are in the urban areas would now leave to the villages and may not want to come back. And some of them who are stuck in the urban systems may not be allowed back to the villages. So industry is likely to face a new set of workers. Your old workers might have just left from your place. We still have about 30% of our industry in the rural segment. So we are now looking at CSIR as a whole is looking at ways and means by which we can train or retrain the new labors which we may be looking at. And I am requesting all our alumni to please partner with CLRI so that we can create some IT platforms for educating the new people. They might get their practical training in the industry, but they may require a few hands-on, classes on discussions and those kind of things. We can also motivate them through some video-based, IT tools-based training programs. So we can develop these programs at CLRI and through you reach the industries. And the good thing for the industries would be that their employees can learn when there is no work or when the company can give them a free time, rather than having them all to be brought to one location like CLRI or elsewhere. So this is one thing which we are planning. In about 10 to 15 days time, I suppose the first set of those programs would be announced from CLRI. We are planning to start it off with leather products making and then take it forward. The second thing which needs to be highlighted is also the concerns with respect to products. There is likelihood that the huge number of consumers who would be afraid of various products that they have been using for very long. For instance, one of the famous journals called Lancet did publish an article saying that the plastic surfaces had kept these viruses live for more than 3 days to 5 days, while copper surfaces, it was working only for about 3 hours. Recently, there was also an article from CDC We don't know with what virus they had studied this, but there was an article which said that shoes are likely to be a good carrier of these viruses. So which means that even when we think that the virus is not there, it is possibly moving around with us and contaminating the people as well. So thanks to a facility, which is the best of the safe facilities called as BSL-3 that we are getting under a corporate social responsibility of the Hewlett Packard, we will now be capable of doing antiviral tests. Please understand that antiviral tests were not performed in India by many people. Samples were being taken by some companies to Germany or China, and that's where the antiviral tests were being done. We used to do only the antimicrobial tests, but now there is a need to do the antiviral tests as well on our products. And possibly in a month's time, after the COVID is over, we would possibly have the strains with us, not just the COVID, we may not work with COVID, but similar strains, and test our own leather surfaces, whether they are antiviral or not, and whether any coatings that which we use as a part of our finishing and so on can actually resist such systems. So this is something which is getting ready at the institute. For the time being, we are trying to become a COVID testing lab. I am submitting my papers for approval to DG CSIR sometime by Wednesday next week, and then possibly for the next 1 to 3 months, about 15 of my colleagues would be always involved in supplementing the current testing facilities in Chennai. We are looking forward to becoming, be able to test something close to 500 to 600 samples a day. And I must say that in this process, I am being supported by Cancer Institute, IIT Madras, and other central government-based agencies. So we are trying to work together with on a hub and spoke model, with CLRA being the hub of the testing facilities. There is also another program called as molecular surveillance, where data collected from CLRA would be used at the centrally located facilities like CCMB or the IGIB, and where they will subsequently process these data and see whether our region has any issues, whether some people are able to withstand this disease better, why are some people more susceptible to this, and so on and so forth. So these are some things which are likely to happen. But we also realize that even after the lockdown, institutions like CLRA may remain closed to visitors for a very long time. Entry of visitors might be a real issue, but we are trying to get in some IT-based tools wherein you can communicate with us. There is the Microsoft has released their MS Teams for CSIR, and we are in a position to invite many of you as invitees or guests into those, and we can do this kind of one-to-one meetings also through that. So meeting with CLRA would not be a challenge. One last thing which I wanted to convey to all of you was that there has been some confusion on with and message going around that CLRA is not facilitating the drawal of samples for finished leather certification. I would like to tell all of you that CLRA is ready, and for the last 5 to 6 days in Chennai, we have been drawing samples, but there have been certain issues of movement of people from CLRA to the ports, and also the non-availability of the customs there. We are trying to work with CLE on that, and there will not be any delay as far as Chennai is concerned. But unfortunately, today, Maharashtra government has not yet allowed CLE and CLRA to move out of our locations to draw samples. Therefore, Kanpur samples which are stuck at Mumbai are not going out because it's not because that we don't want to do it, but the government, state government there has rejected our application for passes. EDCLE is trying to work on it. So we are, of course, we have still not got any requests from other regions, but we are always on. We have the quorum for FLC is on. Director's office is directly monitoring this activity, so there will not be any issues on that. And we remain committed to supporting the industry wherever it is required. I would earnestly request my friends in the alumni to support the institute during this time. One last thing which I would say before I sign off is that funds or the government funds for all these activities are now going down. It's gone almost to zero because all the expenditures of the government is going towards the mitigation of this pandemic. CSIR, as a part of the disaster management systems, has opened up a new channel which government has approved, which is called as the corporate social responsibility funds, being used for developing IT-based training programs, new R&D facilities, technology incubation centers, and so on and so forth. I would earnestly request my friends in the alumni to please see whether corporate social responsibility funds of the corporates that which you are working with, including the IT segment, etc., can be sent to CLRI so that we can work better. Today in the leather post has gone electronic from last month onwards. There will not be a print edition anymore. In the leather post, we have released an SOP for how to open up the institution post-COVID. We are sure that this would be useful to you as well. And we are also ready to offer our services for any of the industries to prepare your SOPs for post-lockdown scenario, because business is not going to be the same. We need to be very much protected at least for the next 3 to 4 months. So on that note, after the lockdown, whatever is required, CLRI will be more than there to support you all. And I hope you will all help CLRI also to serve the industry better. Thank you.